No. Just kidding.
Why did you do
I
that?
thought it would be funny.
It was funny.
It wasn't.
He didn't adjust the mic at all before we got started.
So sorry, you guys got to hear it creaking and moaning while I figure it out.
It's fine.
I move it out of the way.
Creaking and moaning is just our style, right?
That's right.
Either sexy style
Old
or
and sexy.
or old joints. You guys can take it however you want to interpret it. What do you think of when you think of creaking and moaning?
Creaking and moaning.
Old joints
Old
or
love. All right, can I have my drink?
your drink? Yeah.
my
Here's
drink.
your gallon.
Gallon of water, please.
All right. So today we're going to be tackling Trello. This is what you guys asked for last week when we did the Friday Bean.
I didn't.
You didn't ask for it?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, this is what you guys asked for. Nobody cares what he wants. You just...
That's true.
Hey, just shut your mouth, okay? Just
Okay,
shut
that's fine.
your mouth.
Bet nobody calls you rude.
Shush. Nope, nobody will call me rude. So we're going to tackle Trello. This is the tool that I use to organize everything. I use it to organize all of my YouTube scripts and upload schedules. I use it to organize all of my marketing. Michelle and I use it to organize our Etsy shop, a shop of books and cold brews. She even has it set up. I wish I could show it to you, but we can't because all of the authors that we work with, some of them don't want us to feature them on our YouTube channel for some reason. But we have it broken down, the percentages that we pay out to each author. Anytime we communicate, if we have contracts and things to keep in mind, she documents all those in Trello. I also have Trello boards for ideas. If I'm building a new project, I build a board for it. I build Trello boards for Christmas shopping. I've got every family member and then everything that I've bought them because, you know, like that crazy, like pre-Christmas, you got stuff coming in the mail. You don't know, something appears at your door. You don't know what's in there. You don't know what you already bought. I mean, these are big family problems. So if you've only got like a small family, probably not as bad, but we buy for everybody. So it's like we have to keep track of how much did we spend on this person? Okay, how much did we spend on this person? Anyway, Trello can be used for anything. I wish we would have had it during our move from California because I would have documented like what was in every box. And that, because when we moved across the country, it's like you open a box and you're like, where is my strainer? And then you
occasionally will open a box that we never like got out and find something. I'm like, where's this been?
Like 6 years later, we still have a couple boxes we never opened. That's yeah. But anyway, with that in mind.
6? I'm 7.
What?
Almost 8.
Are you serious?
No.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
2017.
Nope, don't like it.
7 years.
Oh my goodness. But anyway, so Trello can be used for anything. It's free. It's super useful. There are things called power-ups that you can add to your Trello boards based on your needs. There's tons of different integrations and things that you can add to your Trello boards. You can turn them into checklists. You can turn them into calendars. I'm just going to give you guys a couple ideas today. Now, if you go on Etsy, there are actually people who sell Trello templates, which I think is pretty cool, especially if you get good at making cool templates. That's another idea for you digital people who are in shops that sell like organizational tools. That might be something that you want to look into because I noticed that there isn't a whole lot of competition for it. However, Trello has their own sets of, I don't even know if you knew this, where you can get different Trello templates right within Trello. Like they have different templates that you can get.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you want a specific template for something, you can usually find it just by Googling it, and Trello or somebody else, you know, might offer a template for free for that specific thing. The biggest problem, I think, when I recommend Trello to you guys and you try to start your Trello subscriptions is that you get that blank board and you don't know where to go from there. And I think that that's, you know, I talk about it a lot and I keep telling you guys, like, just use Trello. It's free. It's easy, you know, yada, yada. And then you guys say, well, I don't know how. Well, what do you mean you don't know how? You just click a button and add a card and there's your Trello. Well, I don't know what, and I understand that you don't know what to build on. It's like when you want to decorate a wall. Well, yeah, you know how to hang a picture on a wall. Like that's not the part that's confusing. It's like, how do you balance, like how do you balance all of the items on the wall to make it, you know, look good? And I think that that is what you guys need help with Trello. So that's what we're going to attempt to cover today. I did not plan ahead on what we're going to create today because I thought it would be a little bit more fun to kind of do it together, and I can show you guys a couple of things from scratch. And then I'll show you some of the boards that I can show you. I've got a bunch of boards. I can't show you all of them because some of them have, student information. We do all kinds of it's how I keep track of like HAA students who have their eRank accounts and when they expire. And, Anthony and I work together in a Trello board on those. So there's a couple things that I can't show you, but I will show you how I personally lay out my marketing for the alphas. And I've been doing it and keeping up with every single marketing post within Trello for the last 9 years. You don't even know this. I recently split my boards because Trello was having so much difficulty loading because I'd been storing
too much stuff.
Right,
Yeah.
storing since 2019.
Images and stuff. Yeah.
So I divided and moved everything from, I think, 2021 and older got put into its own backdated alpha marketing board. That way I still have it if I ever want to go back.
You can also start using something like OneDrive or Google Drive with more storage space, and instead of putting the pictures in there, linking them in there and making it easier for you to maintain a single board.
It's not just the photos. I can keep track of where I posted them to, what day I posted them on those social platforms.
Of course, but that's not what's the images are what's slowing it down.
Well, of course. But my purpose and why I need them in there is
I got you.
For my own workflow. And if you guys were in the Alpha Holiday Bootcamp, a lot of this is going to be kind of like recap. You've probably heard a lot of this already. But I know that those of you who did take the Holiday Bootcamp, you're especially interested because you got these really cool templates, but now you're like, well, now what? The holidays are over. You can take those templates that you got from me and infinitely build on them or create something similar for yourself. Or if you didn't attend the Holiday Bootcamp, you can always just start a new board from scratch and accomplish the exact same thing. But I am good to go ahead and
no particular questions. Somebody complimented my shirt, said it was dope. Thank you. I appreciate it.
He loves that shirt.
I also thought it was pretty cool. And the alien kind of sort of glows in the dark. It's not intended to, I don't think, but it does.
His little... I know, it's so bright.
Lord.
Especially with this new studio. Oh, man, you can see my pudge so much more with this brightness.
Oh, man.
Cover that up.
Time to hit the gym, girl.
Nobody wants to see that. We're going to.
You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
We were supposed to hit the gym this week, and it just didn't work out that way.
I need to make us just like a little bit smaller. Just a little bit. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Okay.
So as you can see, I have a lot of different boards here. I mean, I've infinitely used boards.
Yeah, lots of boards.
So I use boards for everything. Again, like I even have like all of my kids' school stuff is in a board. My Christmas shopping is all in a board. I've got a personal board. Our book, our shop for our bookish brand has a board. The book that I'm writing has a board. There are so many ways to use these boards. I've got one just for ideas for Pinterest marketing, for like infographics and things, for Etsy education. I build them out in here. But let me show you, before we dive in with a fresh board, let me just show you what my alpha marketing board looks like. This is the board that I use every single day. I'm in here all the time. And it's like one of the only boards I can show you that doesn't have anything secret in it. Okay, so if we scroll, if I go all the way to here, in fact, there we go. So what I do is I create a board based on each month. So if we go all the way back, I'm already moved like 2019 and, onward over to a different board. So now it's starting at November 2021. And I treat it like a calendar. So if you look, this posted on November 1st. We were 1 month out from marketing Handmade Alpha Academy on November 1st of 2021. So this is our old font. I can see how much my brand has evolved when I started using different images. For example, I don't use this font anymore. This was our font for 3 or 4 years, and then we switched. It allows you to see what you posted. You can go back, like for example, on this one, I can click. And I can see the caption, where I posted this content. I set it as a schedule, so I have it checked off. And I can go through and think of this like a calendar. So we've got the 1st, both of these posted on the 1st, this posted on the 2nd, this posted on the 3rd, this posted on the 5th, this posted on the 7th. Look, that's how our Friday Bean announcements used to look. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and shoot forward a little bit. Sometimes I'll find a piece of marketing that I used last year. Like, you guys ask me all the time, how do you do so much? How do you post so much? How do you post every day on social media? Like, how do you keep up with it all? How do you have time for yourself? I create about half of the content that I produce in real time. The other half, like, let's say, okay, let's look at February 2023. I posted this. It's a little talk about spam. I wrote this out, several years ago. I love this. I think it's really, useful information that lots of people could benefit from when it comes to people perceiving your marketing as spam. This is something that somebody who's new to my audience, who just started following me, and maybe these are your customers, people who are just now following you, and it's a great marketing photo that you created. Well, if you created it last year, you probably have new followers who never got to see this cool bit of marketing. Some of you have probably seen this picture before, right? But if you see it again this February, you're not going to be like, oh, Starla's so lazy recycling that content. No, you're going to say, wow, that's a good refresher. That's a good reminder. So I'm not recycling all of my content, but it's absolutely okay to take something that you posted a year ago and go up into this corner. And then I will click copy. I'll go ahead and create a copy of that card. I'll grab it. I drag it over. I put it over here. I remove the date. I reassign it a new date. So we'll just say that I'm going to schedule this one for, I don't know, January 14th, right? And then you double check it. You look over, make sure that that the caption is still relevant, that the links still work if you've got links in there, yada, yada. All right, it looks like last time I posted it, I posted to Facebook, my Facebook group, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Cool, all that sounds good. Wouldn't make sense to post that to Twitter because the caption's too long. So then I will scroll through and find January 14th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 15th. So nothing is being posted on the 14th. So I'll grab this. Now I know that I need to go into my scheduler, whether you're using Meta Business Suite or I use Metricool now. I used to use Later, but Metricool is so much easier and it has a lot more platform compatibility. I can go in, take this image that I scheduled, a year ago, save the image, copy my caption that I used, right? I can right click and copy it, run over to Metricool. I can look back. Okay, I know I need to schedule this to Facebook, my Facebook group, Instagram, and LinkedIn. What do you know? There's a piece of content. Awesome. I was like in the moment when I wrote it. I was in the best state of mind when I wrote this. Like, I took this picture knowing why I was taking the photo, and I'm able to recycle it.
I took that picture.
You did take that picture. But we took this photo knowing exactly what the context was going to be. And then I sat down right after we took the photo. We were on vacation. I think this was at a coffee shop.
No, it was at a coffee shop, wasn't
Yeah.
it? I was about to say, I thought it was at that crazy grocery store out in
No, it was at a coffee shop.
Cincy.
But we took this photo, and in that moment, I sat in the car and I typed out this caption to go with it. And then I saved it in a note in my phone. And I was really in the moment and I had a lot of purpose there, right? Now, think about it like this. If I was trying to create this content, like say I was sitting down on Monday, February 1st, and I'm like, oh, I got to schedule out 30 days worth of social media content. Okay, let me make an image. I'll make this, whatever. Let me find a good one. I'll make this picture for these marketing calendars. Now let me sit and type out a caption. How much emotion is going to be in that caption? Like, how much feeling is going to be in that caption? How much purpose is going to be in that caption? Probably not a whole lot. If I'm sitting there writing 30 of them, I'm just going to write it out to get it done. However, with this caption, when I wrote it, I think this has been, let's see, I still had a lip piercing. So this has probably been 3 or 4 years now. I had a lot of intent when I was writing this. I was passionate in that moment. I knew exactly what I wanted to say. This was a perfect photo. It was funny. The caption is educational. It served a great purpose. My audience loved it. I know that every year I want to reuse this. So that's one day out of the year that I don't need to come up with something new and innovative and exciting, because I can go through. Let's look at July of 2023. Sunday tips, 8 productive habits to do on Sundays. I can repost this. This is something valuable that people will still see value in. Why would I let this fizzle out and die?
Also saves you some major burnout over time.
Oh, it does.
If you're having a bad day and you like, I absolutely need to get some content posted and I cannot think of anything, you then have a library full of stuff. As long as it's not like seasonal or holiday related, that you can just jack something from.
Exactly.
And it saves you so much work. I hate that picture so much.
Which one? This one?
That one.
I'll eat a bug.
I'll eat a bug.
But even with my HAA marketing, so some of the marketing images that I use, I reuse. So this one I reused. This one was brand new. This one I reused. This one was brand new. This one was brand new. This one was brand new. This one I reused.
Yeah. A lot of the times when it comes to stuff, especially as a business owner, you're gonna recycle content even if you don't intend to. Topics don't change often other than like trendy stuff that comes up, but the way that it's presented and how much we know about it changes.
Yeah.
And the same thing, it's going to be the same with most of what you guys work with. The ads are going to be the same, but maybe the image you use or the text that you put with it or whatever is going to change.
Exactly. And sometimes I need to change an image. Like, for example, I'm trying to not use as many images unless they are really like funny pictures that we've taken on our adventures. Like, I use this one every year of me sitting on this like porta potty thing. This is the one at Trader Joe's. Yeah.
It wasn't Trader Joe's.
Jungle Gyms.
Jungle Gyms, yeah.
But I use this one because it's funny and I've got a little relevant caption about, if you're sitting on the toilet just wasting time, then you might as well make a marketing post.
Exactly.
But these are pictures from our adventures that I reuse. However, I'll go in, for example, let me find when we were marketing HAA. So I have reused this background with all the different types of businesses that we've helped, like different niches. But I've just swapped out the picture of me because I keep all those Canva templates that I've created, right? With all the marketing posts, I've just swapped me out. So there are ways to take the product photos and things that you already have, especially if you're using something like Canva. If you want to freshen them up a little bit, there's tons of ways to do that where you can essentially post, the same image, but maybe you add in some little hearts in the corner. Maybe you've done like a flat lay and then you add in some little felt hearts. Maybe you find some little cutout felt hearts within Canva and you add those into the flat lay. Well, then you take a picture that maybe in December you had snowflakes there. You remove the snowflakes, you put in the hearts. Now it's relevant for, February, for example. So what I like to do, and I know that you guys ask me all the time, like, how do you plan out your content? I use a power up. You can go into this little power-ups button and find a bunch of different power-ups. You get one free one with a free account per board. I always recommend using the calendar power-up because if you click, once you add the calendar power-up and you click to toggle to your calendar power-up, it takes your entire schedule as long as you've added dates and it puts them in a calendar format. So we can see that January 1st, I didn't post anything, but we can look at exactly what my content schedule kind of looks like. So for example, you guys know I've been recommending books ever since HAA closed, one a week. So you can see that every Thursday, book rec. So these are all book recommendations. And actually the last book recommendation just posted. Or no, it didn't. It'll post on, we've got 2 more to go. They're crossed out because they're already scheduled. We can kind of see that I did Wednesday or weekly challenges every Wednesday, and those will be ending on the 31st, and then I'll start planning for February. We can see that I advertise our 2024 marketing calendars every Saturday. Sundays, I tend to leave open because they're my lowest engagement day. Mondays, I usually try to do a motivational post. Looks like I tossed in a calendar post. Tuesdays, I make a post about our weekly video, and then Friday, I do the Friday bean. Now I'm explaining this to you because if you look at let's say that we're planning for February. So I'll scroll down here. This looks overwhelming. When you sit here and you think to yourself, oh my God, I have to schedule all of this. Like,
yeah,
that feels so overwhelming.
Severely overwhelming.
However, when you break it down and you create a consistent content schedule for yourself, okay, so I need to make, let's say that, we're continuing on with the book recs. I need to recommend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books in February. So I think of 5 books. That's easy. Five books. If I'm, somebody who reads a lot, 5 books, I can recommend 5 books. So I make 5 marketing photos with 5 books. Maybe for you, it is maybe like a product showcase Saturday, where every Saturday you pick your favorite product from your shop that week and do product showcase Saturday every single Saturday. So then you only have to think for February, if you're doing product showcase Saturday, you only need 1, 2, 3, 4. You need 4 products to showcase on Saturday.
And don't think too hard about it. It's really easy to come up with especially trendy stuff like that. Maybe you sell stuff for animals. You could post your breed of the week or
exactly
favorite funny animal clip of the week. And that's not even content you have to make.
Fan Photo Friday,
I literally just started with my EDM DJ page. I'm doing Hump Day Love Day on Wednesdays where I'm posting something that's appreciating love or something like that. It's real easy to come up with stuff like that.
Motivation Mondays. If you want to break up your content and not just do advertising, maybe you post a quote every Monday, or maybe you post something that inspires you, or maybe you post something related to your niche that will inspire your audience. Break it down by week, and it makes it so much easier when you sit down and you're like, okay, so I need to make 1, 2, 3, 4 motivational posts. You sit there and you come up with 4 little quotes or 4 little inspirational images. You schedule them out, go straight down the line. Okay, that was easy. Tuesdays, what can we do for Tuesday? For me, I post a video. Maybe you post an Instagram reel. So you go through and you record 1, 2, 3, 4 little videos. That's easy. Schedule out your 4 little videos of you panning over a product. Maybe on Wednesday, you do, I don't know. I can't think of a good witty or I'm trying to think of alliterations for everything.
Don't worry about it.
Wacky Wednesday. Here's our wackiest product, or my wackiest product idea. Work in progress Wednesday.
Thirsty Thursday.
Thirsty Thursday. Here's my sexy husband. Thirsty.
Or it could have been a drink thing, but sure.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Maybe if you
Keep your mind out of the gutter.
I thought you meant
Thirsty Thursday.
Yeah.
I mean, that works too.
What cups? Maybe if you sell cups. Thirsty Thursday.
Do a sexy Tumblr Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
Sexy Tumblr Sunday.
But anyway, that's how you can break down this content super duper easy. So this is how I do my marketing. Let's go back to Trello main here.
Dog, zoom this in a little bit. They can't see anything.
Oh, well, I'm going to after we start. I just wanted them to have a full scope of everything. I'm going to create a new board, and we're just going to call this, I don't know, we'll call it marketing board. Very original.
I don't know why I thought you were going to put something about me and you spelled Mark wrong, and I was real mad for a second.
So when you make your board, you guys won't be able to see what I'm showing you, but in the top right corner, there's 3 little dots. You can expand those out and change the background. So we'll just go through. You can upload your own. I'll go into some photos and just pick, I don't know, colorful.
Amy said, to be honest, I usually can't read any of the text on the screen. Unfortunately, when it comes to the majority of apps and websites we go to, we do zoom them in almost as far as they're able to go. And then after that, they just kind of explode on the screen and you literally can't zoom in anymore. There's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately.
That's too much. There we go. That's a little more.
That was a little aggressive and bright.
All right. So now this is where you guys always end up and you're like, what do I do? I don't know what to do. So we're going to add a list, and let's say that we are planning our marketing. So let's say that, I'm in the same boat as you guys. I don't know what I want to do for the next, we'll say 3 months. I'm trying to figure out what I want to market. And you can use this for product planning as well. Michelle and I have a board for collection launch ideas where we put all our product photos and everything. But let's say we'll just start with February. And we can say 2023 if you want to. Oh, wait, I guess it's 2024, isn't it? God.
No, I'm laughing at something in the chat. That was pretty funny.
February. What?
Nothing. I would have to explain it. It's not worth it.
Oh, okay. I thought that I was.
You're not following along up
March.
there. So.
April 24. And then we'll just stop at May 2024. Okay. So that's 4 months, right? Now, the next thing I'm going to do is go into my power-ups. You guys get one free. I pay for Trello so I can give out Trello templates during the boot camp, but you guys get one for free. So we will add a power-up. And I'm going to go ahead and just add the calendar.
Whatever website you are on right now just got blocked.
Oh, it's not. It's just a pop-up. It's part of this.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to use this calendar power-up. So I'll go ahead and click that to add it. Okay.
By the way, that's probably not a virus thing. I have my Malwarebytes set up to also block any kind of adware and a lot of things that like track you for services that you use. And it tells me.
You can also add people to your board. I think workspace visible. You can change the visibility if you want to share it with people. I can't remember how to add people. Add people here. Well, somehow you can add people. So I could have Mark be a member of my board.
Please don't. I'm on so many boards.
But I could add him. So let's say, you know, I want to do my post for, you know, maybe we're doing, what day does February 1st fall on?
February 1st.
Well, I know that.
Thursday.
Okay, so let's say every Thursday we do throwback. We'll do a throwback Thursday every Thursday. So we'll just start with dates. We'll go to Thursday. February 1st. Okay, we'll click save. That way, when we know that we've scheduled it, we can check it off as complete. You can create labels, and you can do these however you want. They're just different colors. There's also colorblind friendly mode that adds little symbols.
I like that anyway.
Yeah, it looks kind of wonky when you have a lot of them set up, though.
I don't care. That's something I would definitely use for mine.
So I will add, you know, if I'm doing it for social media, I'll say maybe I want to know, you know, if I've scheduled this to Facebook.
Do you have to pay for Trello in order to add someone else to your board?
No, you can add people. Just be careful when you add people, because as you're typing in their email address to add them to your board, anybody on Trello, like if I start typing Mark, I will get all of the Marks. Like if his email address was like mark@gmail.com, I would get everybody whose email starts with mark@gmail.com. So you just got to make sure that you're like selecting the right person, because it'll begin populating.
If you have their direct email address, you can just copy and paste the whole thing and it makes your life a lot easier.
So Instagram, we'll say, is purple. We'll say scheduling to Pinterest. Now remember, this is not a scheduler. This will not schedule your posts for you. This is just a way to keep track of your marketing. That way you can recycle things, you can go back. And yeah, you could always scroll back on Facebook and recycle things. The main reason I taught this during the Alpha Holiday Bootcamp was because a lot of times you schedule posts, like say you schedule in the Meta Business Suite. Sometimes those posts don't post. Sometimes they just disappear. It happened several times during the Alpha Holiday Bootcamp. And then you notice, oh crap, my marketing post didn't schedule. Where's that caption that I wrote? Where's the image that I saved? I don't have any of it. Maybe you're out somewhere, you know, you're at the store and you realize that your big marketing announcement that you had scheduled for noon never posted. You download the Trello app on your phone. You can go right in from your phone, copy that caption from your phone, and manually make your uploads. And then you didn't lose your caption. You didn't lose the image. It keeps everything for you. So it's really useful. And it's one of those things that you won't realize how much you need it until you have a day where like you realize all of the stuff you scheduled didn't actually schedule. And then it's just all bad. So
that sounds like a data breach. We're talking about all the emails popping up. Not really. That's not an email address in and of itself isn't really PII. and maybe you have a work associate you're trying to join a Trello board or add to your Trello board for,
Yeah.
and they just kind of told you their email and you needed to search for it. I mean, if
wonder-
you made your email address Hannah lives in Austin, Texas at gmail.com, you did that to yourself.
Right.
You know, that's a little different.
But you can click members, and if I started, searching for Mark right now, it would populate him. Or if I add him to my board, he'll show in board members. And then if, for example, maybe you're working with someone else or you have a virtual assistant and they need to know something that they need to do, like, for example, maybe you turn this into a checklist. Maybe you turn it into a task list as opposed to a calendar. Or maybe you want that workplace member to know that you need them to schedule this social media post. You can select them. Their little head will pop up. So then you've got their picture is on that board, but they'll also get a notification. You guys can't see it because our heads are over top of it, but there is a little notification bell that will pop up and show that they have a notification. And, then they know to go check it. You can also add checklists, which I really love, especially when it comes to collection launches. So for Michelle and I, when we're doing collection launches, we'll give each other tasks. I'll have, Starla's checklist, Michelle's checklist. So maybe, we need to remember schedule to Facebook, schedule to IG.
No, that is what
schedule to Pinterest.
She said, I thought you meant everyone who has a Trello account could auto-populate. It is. It's not a data breach. It's perfectly intentional.
Yeah.
It makes it easier to find people you don't have exact email addresses for.
So you can go through and check off those checklist items. See, you can even see it over here. If we uncheck, you can see that, there's 3 items that need to be done, for example, or, I need to schedule this out for February 1st. Now, if your date is coming up, so we'll go back to January and we'll switch it to Saturday, it'll turn yellow. That way, oh crap, like here's
over.
Right. I'm about to, this deadline is coming. If you miss a deadline, so we'll go ahead and put this for yesterday. It'll show.
I missed it.
Right. It'll show as overdue. So that's really useful if you're going through and you're like, oh no, I forgot to schedule this. It's a cool way to kind of create your task lists as well. So lots of different ways that you can use these Trello boards. You can attach images to them. If you attach an image, it'll show real big on the board. You can minimize it if you don't want those images showing really big. You can add your labels, so Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook. For most of you, your labels will start looking like this. They'll just be little, like, kind of pills, colored pills. I used Trello for like a year before I realized that you can click these and they'll just stay open and then you can see what they all say. And then if you enable, we'll just go into labels, enable colorblind friendly mode. And then they look like this.
I like that. I like that a lot.
You don't think it's distracting?
Nope.
No.
Nope, not at all. If anything, it helps break it up because the colors on their own aren't enough for me.
Really?
I would probably like the text too.
So I've got one more board that I can show you. This is something that we taught a little bit a couple years ago. It was how to make a gift guide for the holidays, and I still have Amber Marie's. Some of the stuff might be out of date, but I thought that it was a really great gift guide example and a way that she created one of these for her audience. So these are the people. Oh, let me go ahead and
turn off symbol mode.
Yeah, I want to turn that off because it's driving me crazy. There we go. Okay, so, and we'll pop them back open. So she created a board for her customers that she can send to them. So we'll go ahead and shrink it so you can see it a little better. So items for people, she's got directions. Items for people are to the right. Items for dogs are to the left. If there is a discount code that she's been able to find, she can add this little, tag that says discount code attached. If you click on one of these, so we'll click on, this one is from an Etsy seller, which you can add stickers. Unfortunately, you can't see where oh yeah, they can actually.
Just barely, but yeah.
There's a thing called stickers. They give you a lot of stickers already. There's lots of different cute ones, but you can add your own. So I've got paw prints and little beans, and this one's from my book, but they've got a couple different ones that you can add. She added her own. So she's got gifts added as her sticker. So an Etsy price tag, little sleepy dragon. And then to add one of those stickers, I'll go ahead and pop it open just so you guys can actually see what it looks like. Ooh, that's backgrounds.
Actually, a good point. Tina said, forgot about the gift guide. It would go well in the boot camp. That is another thing that we could actually think about revisiting. We haven't done that for a couple years.
We did the boot camp in the first, or we did the gift guide in the first boot camp year before last, and it's still available to HAA students.
It is, but we didn't do it last year.
Right. Well, maybe we will.
Maybe we'll redo it this year.
You can grab these little stickers, any of them. In fact, I'll grab their little mascot is super cute. He's a husky, and his name is Taco.
Taco.
So you can add a sticker. I think you can add a bunch of stickers. Yeah. And you can just drag them wherever you want on the board. Then you can go in and delete them. So Amber obviously went above and beyond. She added little sparkles to the trees, little bubbles. But if you click on one of these, so she's got this little plush toy, for example, discount code attached. Her customers can pop it open, click this link, and this link will get them this dragon toy for 10% off. And we scroll over, and then she has her items for people. Some of these are her items. So this is a product that she sells, right? You can go and get a discount code, 15% off with this code, and you can buy it here by clicking this link, right? But she also works with other Etsy sellers. So this is an Etsy seller she's recommending. She's creating a gift guide for people who are interested in dogs, but she's not just using it as a way to sell her own products. She's actually creating a full gift guide, cool ideas for Amazon affiliate links. So for example, she has an Amazon tag on this. It's a cable knit headband, but she put for those cold morning walks. Her whole brand is about dogs. So she's finding the things that she likes and that she recommends to her customers, and she's finding a way to share them in a really fun way. Paw print soaps, for example. So lots of different ways that you can use these boards. We also did a gift guide a while back. It was just an example that we made. This is a coffee lovers gift guide. I categorize this gift guide by prices. So under $20, under $30, things that Mark recommends personally. So these are little stickers with a bean with his face on them. Items that are from mine and Amber's shop. It's closed right now because she just had a baby. But we had little bean symbols on our products. And then just other general products that we recommend and products from other alpha shops, along with the prices and the links to buy them. So like I said, lots of different ways that you can use these boards. This would be a good way to use a board for another person. Also, I can kind of show you now the members of the board, me, Amber, and I could add Amber to that board if I wanted to. Now she's going to get a notification.
She was added and removed from a board.
I don't know if she'll get the notification for that or not.
You didn't save it after you added her. You immediately took her off and then closed it.
There's no save. It saves immediately.
Okay. I thought you also had to save that.
Yeah.
You create your own stickers. You make them and upload them.
Yeah, you just upload the image.
They probably have their guide on like what size they need to be and stuff.
So we can go in.
You need to go to a different board, I think.
Oh, I don't think that I created that board. Let me go into, I'll just go
in. A new marketing board, yeah.
And then we'll go into stickers. So basically you just click these three little dots. You guys can't see them, but there's three little dots. It expands out a menu. You go to stickers right here. You've got all their stickers. You can also do Giphy, which is, I'm assuming what Amber did. Or you can go to custom stickers and you just click the plus and then you can upload a file. You just want to make sure that they're small, obviously. I'm trying to think if there were any other boards that I could share. I don't think that there are. I think that's all I'm able to share with you guys?
She wouldn't understand, guys. She doesn't have the ADHD rabbit hole brain.
What?
They're all saying, and then Sweet had said, my ADHD brain, this will be helpful for me to organize to see. I can put up a screen and with a Raspberry Pi and connect it to Home Assistant and Rabbit Hole, no work gets done again. I'm the same way. She's not like that. She's like single task focused most of the time, unless a task dictates separating from the task she's on.
Oh yeah,
she's very
psycho-focused.
Yeah, psycho-focused. Get it done.
Beginning to end.
Bad mood if I can't get it done kind of person.
Yeah. But like I said, there's a lot of different templates that you can choose from if you don't like starting from zero. I've given you guys a couple different examples. You can use this for so many things though. You could just even make like notes, and maybe you go in here and idea for new collection. You can use this like a cork board, basically. Think of it literally like a cork board where you can grab your sticky notes and move them around. You can drag them and drop them. So notes for new collection. Maybe I say idea coffee gift sets for every family member. Ooh. There we go. And maybe we also need to add a checklist like, I don't know, get Amazon affiliate links. So we know that we need to get Amazon affiliate links for our gift guide. We need to take new product photos, for example. And then maybe these are all the things that you need to do before you can create your coffee, gift guide, gift sets. So again, there's just so many different ways that you can use these boards. The templates are useful when you go into the different Trello templates. However, I feel like when you have a preset template, you almost feel like you have to follow their template to a T. In reality, if you go in and you use one of their templates and there's something in that template that you don't like, or
don't use it.
Go in, and just, archive it, get rid of it. You can just get rid of what you don't want. Oh, I don't want this board, or I don't want this item. Archive it. You can always get it out of your archived items later if you end up deciding that you need it.
You know what's super dumb?
What?
On mobile, you can delete cards.
What?
You can hold your finger and actually delete and not archive, and you can't do it on desktop, as far as I've been able to tell. I haven't really dug into it.
But have fun with this. This is...
Back to screen.
I use two tools in my everyday.
And if you have questions about that, because people are asking, how do you balance Trello and your planner?
So my planner, this is Mark's planner.
That's my planner.
But my planner I use for the 3 daily tasks that I know every day. Like when I wake up, I get my coffee, I sit at my desk. This is where my 3 daily tasks go. I pick 3 tasks per day. I try to not exceed that. If it's a long task, like Mondays, I edit videos. That takes me all day. It takes me like literally all day to edit a video. So Monday, I only give myself 1 task. But planner is for my 3 daily tasks that I have to do. However, let's say, for example, Wednesdays, I script my weekly video. So if I have on Wednesday, script weekly video as my task, I go into my Trello board that I keep all my video scripts on, and that's where I start building the script and start building ideas. If I need to, you guys always talk about like how much you love my videos where I do in-depth research, like the one that I just published on Tuesday about Steamboat Willie. I put every single link that I used, all of my sources, anything where I used a quote from someone else, I saved all of that into my board. And then I wrote the script in the board. I added a date for when that video needed to be done. That's where I upload the thumbnail. I keep every thumbnail for every video and what stage I'm in. So for example, if I'm scripting my video, I put a scripting, the little colored labels, I put a scripting label on it, and then I move it into the recording phase. So today I'm recording a video on my favorite free tools that every Etsy business owner should use. Right now, today, it has the recording tag on it. And then once it is in the editing phase, I will move it into editing and I'll put an editing tab on it. And then I'll move it into scheduled. And at that point, that's when it's done and I can check it off my list. So think of your planner as ways to just write down like what you need to do. So script video, cool. Then I use Trello to get down in the weeds with it. So again, for example, if you've got schedule social media marketing, maybe on Mondays, schedule social media marketing. Okay, that's cool. Then make a board like what I showed you, a calendar board where you get into the details of building out that content. So the planner is how I plan my week, where I know exactly what I'm going to be doing. Trello is almost like the cork board where I start planning those ideas on how to accomplish the things that I have as my daily tasks. And if you're new here, or if you don't watch my Tuesday videos, we do have a video overviewing these planners that we both use. It posted not last Tuesday, but the Tuesday before, and we give like tours of these planners and how we use them. So feel free to check that out if you're interested. We're not affiliates, but we love these planners. We use them every year. And Trello, I've been using even before I started using the Legend Planner. That's why I have so many boards. These two items I use every single day in conjunction, with each other. I use them together. And by having that Trello board that allows me to get more in depth, it allows me to really deep dive and be thorough on the tasks that I need to complete. So I hope that this helps. You guys are free to ask questions. I know that this was kind of a quick topic today, but I feel like you guys just needed some ideas to get started. I think I left the link to Trello down below. You do have to sign up for what's called an Atlassian account. Atlassian bought Trello. So when you go there, just
super obnoxious.
You got to create an Atlassian account. It's free. Sign up for Atlassian. And then after you do that, you can go in and start creating your first boards. And I think that you can have like 5 free boards. I did not buy a paid Trello subscription until last year when we did the first Alpha Holiday Boot Camp, because I was able to make a bunch of boards. And then when I ran out of board space, Mark just made a couple boards for me and added me as a member to them. So then I had like double the amount of boards. And I think that Michelle did the same thing. She made a bunch of boards and added me to them. So then I had even more boards because they weren't.
You can literally just create new email addresses in your domain.
And then add yourself to those boards.
It really is that easy.
But the paid membership is great if you want to sell, like, for example, the Trello templates. If you're like super good at making these templates and coming up with ideas on how people can use Trello templates, that might be a whole Etsy niche that you could dive into. So. Yeah.
All right. We are good to get into it. I asked this question earlier, so sorry to repeat. How did you get the recent date to be listed first on a board versus the new cards at the end? She just uses them backwards. She creates a new board and then she drags it to the front.
Yeah. You just grab it and drag it.
Yeet it.
Okay. When I first started my marketing board, that big one that I showed you with all my alpha marketing that I've been doing for years, it used to be backwards. So it started with 2019, and then I had to scroll all the way over because, when I started in 2019, I was building it out the way that I was showing you. It's like month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5, and onward. But then, now years later, I was grabbing like my little scroll and having to scroll all the way to the end of the board, and it took forever, and I had to wait for the whole page to load and all the images in between this side of the board and this side of the board. So I went through this very long task of grabbing everything from the right side of the board, the more recent items, grabbing them. All you got to do is click and drag. And I was having to drag them all one by one and reorganize it. So my advice to you is if you're setting them up monthly and you think this is something that you're going to stick with, do it backwards to the best of your ability. When you make a new month, drag it to the front of the board. That way you're not flip-flopped. I would do it right to left as opposed to left to right. I know that sounds silly, but it's a pain.
I had a couple people talk about having an ADHD chat room in Facebook or having an Etsy seller support Facebook, something like that. We'll never do a chat for Facebook because you are directly responsible for what takes place in your chats on Facebook. and we have neither the time nor energy to actually do something like that.
We do have a lot of chats.
However, we do already have a Discord. We don't really talk about it anymore because it's become something that, again, we don't have the time to manage, though it does exist. And I do have filters and AI bots in there that will filter like super aggressive stuff that is free, with several rooms that you can talk about literally whatever you want, including not safe for work rooms and things like that. Anything is there. I'm going to post a link directly. Let me make sure I use the right one because I have my private as well. You guys are free to join that and talk about whatever you want that's not even safe for Facebook. We just asked, I mean, there's rules there and you have to agree to the rules and pick a membership and all that kind of stuff. That way, if you have kids and you don't want them walking in on like dirty,
The not safe for
the
work.
not safe for work stuff, that can be completely excluded from your Discord feed. I've got it all set up.
But it's great if you've got, if like for our 18 plus sellers who couldn't ask questions and like post pictures of their products because of Facebook regulations.
Exactly. You can also be yourself a little bit more. I posted the Discord in the chat here. I'm not going to post it I don't want everybody joining the Discord. I'll probably remove the questions for Mark and Starla one because we just don't have time. But if you guys want to talk together in there, or if something happens and you need my attention, you can always email us at any of the email addresses and it will get my attention. So.
Right. It's just, I wish that we could entrust that. But I mean, you guys can carry the weight of it. We thought it was a great idea. And I feel like the moment that Mark and I stopped being in there talking, everybody stopped talking.
Yeah. So if you guys want to use that as a resource to talk together and you know what Discord is, go for it, dude. I also have a personal Discord I'm going to be using for my DJ stuff. If you guys want to get even raunchier, I don't really limit anything in there.
I would love for you guys to start using that Discord. I don't have the time to also be there.
That's the problem. If somebody goes buck wild in a Facebook chat and reports it, our whole group goes away. And with Discord, I can just make you go away. And people already answered that person. We use Todoist projects connected to Google Calendar, which has worked well alongside our ADHD because it's flexible and in our pockets at all times. We use OneNote for any notes. Personally, I like Google Calendars a lot better than Trello, but she needs it because there's significantly more features when it comes to doing something like Trello. And Google Calendar is convenient because it'll like send you text messages or straight up just give you a notification on your phone.
Trello has a great app. Like everything that I just did.
Yeah, it's all in the app too.
Yeah, everything that I just showed you.
It's just not directly integrated with Google.
Right.
That stuff can be shared across multiple accounts and devices and stuff like that perfectly.
Yeah. And you can, if someone like, for example, tags you in a board, if you're like working with other people within a board, you'll get a phone notification that says so-and-so tagged you.
Yeah.
So there is an app and I use the app just as much.
Yeah. And just so you guys know, you don't have to ask a question about the topic today. It doesn't have to be relevant. It can be Etsy questions in general.
Yeah. Yeah.
Personal questions, whatever you guys want to ask.
Sure.
Otherwise we'll have to cut the stream off early because we ain't got no questions in here. Miranda said I emailed you on Tuesday about something that's been weighing on her. Is it in spam? Do you want me to jump off a cliff?
No, Miranda, I saw it.
We've had an extremely busy week.
Miranda, we're dealing with that DMARC, SPF, the big email update thing. Yeah. I did read your message. But because it's not something I can solve, it's not a solvable, it felt more like a vent. And while I can relate to it because I understand where you're coming at, there's no way for me to fix what you're asking just because that's not my role like in this. So I don't know how to help. And it was kind of more me like not knowing what to say. Or not knowing, you know what I mean? So, but I want you to know that I did read it and I will get back with you. But I do want you to know that I'm not entirely sure how to fix what you're asking, unfortunately. And with my brain fog, being sick and having to deal with this huge HAA update, I wasn't in a good mental space.
Yeah, no. Mythical Kiwi said they just updated it. You can have 10 boards and unlimited power-ups with the free plan.
Awesome. Unlimited power. I haven't played with a lot of the power-ups, so I know that there's a lot of things that you can add, though. Renaissance
Girl said, how can I get it for free? It's harassing me for a subscription. There's probably something on the page that says skip it in tiny little text.
Yeah, it's free. You'll
something
just have
like that.
Go on a magical adventure, and I'm sure you'll find it, or just Google Trello free, and you'll usually get the link to the free sign up.
Nice that these products and places exist, but sucks that everything has a fee or a cost associated. I mean,
Def-
not really, because otherwise you're asking a team of probably like 100 people to do something massive completely for free.
Yeah, and
which is an unfair ask.
Not only that, but the free version is not limited at all. You can do pretty much everything. And for anybody who's like, well, you only get one power up, I've only ever used one power up.
Yeah, the calendar power up's the only one.
10 boards and unlimited power ups now, though. That's awesome. Like, we always get that question or that complaint a lot at E-Rank. They're like, if you guys really wanted to help people, you'd offer everything for free. And it's like, we've got a team of like 40 people that we have to feed, and, you know, we got to pay people. We got to buy the data that you guys love. Like, we also have to survive. And
that's our biggest critique. Like,
right.
If they really cared, they would offer their course for free. And it's like, you're talking about like thousands of man hours a year.
Right.
Like that.
If doctors
you should live in a box and teach me for free.
And we're not picking fun at you. We're just saying
no, not you.
No, Trello in particular, it's probably one of the biggest free. I only paid to be able to create templates for a very specific purpose that I could give to other people, to give to my students. I don't think that there is anything, there was no paywalls in the years that I used Trello.
No,
nope.
I've never had an ad or a pop-up or anything asking me to pay for anything.
No. I got pretty much everything I needed out of it.
I think they thrive on businesses because personal people use it too. If you're an artist, you can use it to organize your art. If you're any kind of creative or musician,
portfolio.
If you're a promoter or in college, it'd be a massively awesome resource.
I would have loved to have that in school because I did early childhood.
Yeah. What we do to counteract not doing everything for free is doing it the best, nicest way we possibly can.
Ooh, Linda, you should post a picture of your shirt in one of the groups so we can see how it turned out.
Do you schedule the same content or different content across multiple social media platforms? Sometimes the same, most of the time the same.
The same if it's relevant. So for example, if I have a picture, but the one of me sitting on the porta potty, if you were here for the beginning of that, me sitting on a porta potty isn't going to make sense on Twitter because I can't write the big long caption that goes with it. So it wouldn't be relevant.
I don't know, with all the crap that Twitter is today.
Well,
it makes a lot of sense.
But if it makes sense for that platform, for example, you know, I can't schedule most of my content on TikTok because most of my content isn't short form video. So
also just think about, like, because we're coaches, so it's a little different than Etsy specifically. Just post where it makes sense for your content to post.
Right. Like, for example, I just connected our Etsy shop, Books and Cold Brew, to my Metricool account. And I'm playing it slow because, you know, I'm just now getting a good content schedule down for that brand because it's, you know, it's a new business that we just started. I haven't started short form video content yet for that. I just scheduled out like 2 weeks worth of marketing content specifically to all my social platforms. And it's all the same across all those social platforms. But when I start incorporating in short form video content, well, obviously that's only going to be able to be relevant for certain platforms. I'm not going to post that short form video content to platforms where it's not applicable.
Can you upload videos to Trello to schedule as reels, etc.
So you can't schedule from Trello. You cannot schedule from Trello. Trello is not a scheduler. You can add dates to it to let you know that you need to schedule it, but you have to use something else to schedule. I use Metricool, and they do have a free membership as well. Trello is just to organize that content. Can you upload videos to Trello? You could probably get away with uploading one video into a Trello card, but it is going to wipe out your data limit so fast. Same with GIFs. I wouldn't recommend organizing your Trello with videos. What I would do, if for any reason you want to keep track of the videos that you've uploaded, pop them into Google Drive and put your Google Drive link for that specific video into that Trello card. That way, if you're posting a video every Wednesday, you can pop that Drive link in there if you wanted to do that. For me, I don't go through all of that because I keep all of my short form video content on my phone anyway. I don't get rid of it for, you know, several years. What I personally do is I just put, you know, reel. I name the card reel. And then I know that I posted a reel on that day. So.
That was my question about the email video. Is there an ETA, and hope you feel better? We probably won't touch that here.
No, well, she's asking, though, as
an HAA student. Yes, we're working on it. It's actually pretty staggeringly deep. And full disclosure, we're only going to go so deep on that because there's a lot of liability involved with that. So we are going to probably do as much as we physically can to help you do that.
I'm talking right now to make sure that I'm covering all my bases and trying to find resources. This is HAA students specifically. I cannot help you with this if you're not an HAA.
No, too much liability, and it requires you to do back-end stuff on your servers.
For your email, your DMARC, all of that, HAA students, I am working on it, and I am hoping sometime next week. I don't have an ETA for you because right now what I'm waiting for is for our Mark and I have to go through an extravagant amount of content to be able to accurately create content, and we have to have a strategy.
It's pretty massive.
Yeah. And we have to talk to the E-Rank, the head developer at E-Rank, who is in the Philippines, and we have to sort some stuff out with him because he knows this stuff better than we do.
We're also paying for other content in order to be able to make sure that we're getting all the bases covered.
I'm taking a whole course on this to make sure that I don't miss anything.
Yes, and it's only going to be for like our specific tools. We'll try to do as much as we can for like, this is what you should look for. But a lot of it's probably going to be MailChimp. And if it's not MailChimp, contact your provider to figure out what you need to do.
Yeah.
Just like anything else. I bought a 20K. Go ahead.
Oh, I just said it's a lot.
Don't know where to start. Unfortunately, can't help you with that. New to the group and thankful to have found you both. When does the Academy open again? We open it every year on June 14th and December 1st, and it will be open for exactly 10 days each time.
Yep, June 14th through the 24th will be the next opening.
Everything for free is unreasonable. What kind of Nimrod says that? A lot of people.
Oh, you would not believe it.
We know it's not everyone who doesn't buy HAA, but if everyone that was a YouTube subscriber bought HAA, I would have several beach houses all over the world right now, right? So, like, a lot of people just can't afford it or won't buy it because they can get a lot from our free content. And I 100% believe that you could succeed entirely on the free content, but a lot of people need more, or they want something that's a little more accessible and organized and deeper. HAA isn't what we do here. We don't just reiterate that on the web, or I don't talk pretty much at all on the website, but it's significantly deeper. So if you want that deeper psychological breakdown of what you're doing, that's what HA is for. But June 14th and December 1st.
I'm thinking in the next 2 years about a big HAA restructure that goes into even more psychology.
Sheesh.
So I'm thinking, we just re-recorded it, and I'm not in a big hurry to go re-record the whole thing.
No, it was literally at least 1,000 man hours over. Well, maybe not 1,000, but close to.
But the next time it gets updated, I think I'm going to go even further inside. Because you got to think that when I first started Handmade Alpha Academy, we're going on 6 years now. I was in my mid-20s. Now I'm in my 30s. I've read a lot more. I've experienced a lot more. I've observed a lot more. And there's a lot more things that I kind of want to talk about that I've learned in the last few years that I think, okay, here's something new that, they didn't consider. Or, through the years, HAA students have struggled with this particular thing. Maybe I could teach this concept a little better. So next time, and everybody who's in HAA, you get all these updates for free forever and ever and ever. So you never have to, pay for anything else. You just get them. So just look forward to that. But for those who join HAA in the future, keep in mind that you will get those updates when they come as well. So if you were to join, we'll say this upcoming June when it opens, you'll get the version that's in June. And then when the updates roll out, it'll also be like you get like the double thing, because you get the original version and then you get the new version.
And there's also other large projects coming out in the next year or two that you'll probably get access to.
Yes. Can't talk about those, but we're
not at all, because we don't know exactly what we're going to do yet.
I want to make more content. I want to do more cool things.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll cover this when you talk about email list changes, but offhand, if I'm currently using a Gmail for my MailChimp account, will I have to make a new account, or can I transfer? With everything that...
There's no transferring. You don't have to transfer anything.
No, you do need a domain email address to properly use MailChimp, though.
Yeah, you'll just put in your new domain email address. You don't need to transfer anything.
No.
It's the same account. You just swap it out for a domain email address. The entitlement is staggering. You would not believe some of the messages that we get. I've had a lot of people who have
I ain't even gonna start.
yeah, who have said, like, if you cared, you'd do everything for free. And I'm like, you do realize I went to school to be a teacher, right? Just because I'm teaching on a computer
Yeah, I was
does not
about to say, tell a like college professor that, tell a high school teacher they should be doing it for free, because teaching their kids for free would be the right thing to do. Shut up.
right. Like,
You're gonna get me. I'm on way too much caffeine for you to do this to me right
show
now.
them your little tiny cup.
Say, I was drinking it in the beginning of the stream.
Look how little cute.
She bought me an espresso machine for Christmas, and I swear to God, I'm more addicted to caffeine than I've ever been in my life.
I'm sorry.
I still don't drink it after like 2 p.m. though. I struggle with niche, so my shop has way too many things. I thought start by separating items into multiple shops and try to niche down that way. Any tips?
I'm so anti multiple shop when you're
And there's
starting
another
out.
question that talks about multiple shops too.
Right.
Most people aren't fit for running more than one shop. If you haven't figured out how to run one yet to an efficient way,
Like
running
profitable.
2 is going to be more difficult. You could, make the argument for not putting all your eggs in one basket, and maybe one of those shops will do better because maybe you have a couple of kind of fringe ideas and you think one will do better than the other. I see that point of view as well, but like she usually says, you're not going to be able to put 100% into both of those shops.
Yeah.
You're going to put 50% into each of those shops, or you're going to imbalance them, and one's going to get more focused than the other.
So
And you're never going to be able to fully put all of your effort into one.
think about it like this. You are starting a bakery, right? You want to start a bakery, and you are trying to nail down a cookie recipe. You don't know how to make cookies. You want to have a bakery. You don't know how to make cookies yet, and you're learning, and you're trying different cookies, and you think that you've got, a decent idea, but the cookies, they're still not turning out very well. Some of them are coming out sticky. Some of them are sticking to the pan. Some of them are getting burnt. You haven't quite nailed down the perfect cookie recipe. But then you think, I'm going to start another bakery. That way, while I'm trying to perfect this cookie, I can try to make another cookie at the same time, and maybe one of these cookies will end up working and people will come start buying them. Wouldn't it be better to perfect your first cookie recipe? You are making the perfect chocolate chip cookie, and once you figure that out, then you branch out and you make a snickerdoodle bakery. And because you've already got the base recipe down, you know how to bake perfect cookies, and you already know that people like them, and you know what works. You know how to market them. You figured it out. You know that when you launch your snickerdoodle cookie brand, that those snickerdoodles are going to do really well, really fast, and you're not going to have to go through that learning curve because you've already figured it out. That's kind of how I see it, where, yes, creating multiple shops isn't so bad if you create a digital product. If you create, print on demand, it can be a little bit easier, but there's a lot more to it than that. And that's like what I mainly teach in HAA. All of you HAA students already know. It's not just listing the things. Yeah, you could be one of those sellers who just lists the thing and throws spaghetti at the wall until you try to get one piece to stick, whatever. But for the businesses who want to be brands, not just like, quick little fling product here, product there, but brands, you want to make sure that you're marketing effectively. You're starting an email list. You're creating all the social media accounts. You're building content schedules. You're doing all the marketing, creating images in Canva. You're scheduling them out. You're doing all the things that I talked about in Trello. You're doing organized collection launches where, okay, spring is coming up. What are the trending colors? What's going to be popular? How can I take advantage of these trends within my niche, for example? My niche is bookish themed products. I am officially licensed, or me and my friend Michelle are officially licensed by several authors. For example, January 30th, the brand new Crescent City book by Sarah Moss is coming out. We are launching a Crescent City collection right before that book launches, because we know that this is one of the most anticipated books in the entire world of the entire year. And we want to release a collection right when that book comes out, because we know that's optimal. There's a lot of different ways that you guys could apply that. It's Year of the Dragon. Starbucks just released a dragon collection. I went out the day they launched it and bought a dragon mug. People are crazy about dragons. We also launched a dragon blanket collection for that exact reason. You can be strategic when you are micro-focusing on your niche, on your brand, doing your research, scheduling your content. And once you get a flow and you've adapted and you know your workflow and you're able to, because you've learned it and memorized it and you've built a habit, it gets faster, right? Just like I can create a month's worth of content for my alphas, and now I'm creating a month's worth of content for an Etsy shop as well, right? So now all that stuff that you just saw in Trello that I've scheduled out for the alphas, I'm doubling that because now I'm doing it for an Etsy shop as well. Because I've gotten so fast at it over the years and I've perfected it, I can replicate it because I already have a system. And then I've just shared that system with you so that you can hopefully replicate it and get faster. Nail it down with your first shop. You know, even if that means niching, taking a couple of your niche ideas, setting them aside for now. It's okay to put them on a shelf for now and you know, and keep them aside for later. Focus on that niche, nail down your formula, get your content schedule going, get your content formula going, figure out what works, then open your second bakery. I hope that I didn't.
Ooh, that was a tangent, bro.
I know.
You lost me. I was straight like staring at the wall for like 3 minutes, and I know they saw that.
Well, I always talk about the building two houses at once, but then I like the cookie shop a little more.
Yeah.
I think that analogy.
No, I had
is
a lot
fresher.
of caffeine, so my ADHD is
You're also sick.
at the front. No, I'm not.
You haven't felt good.
No, I feel fine today.
Oh, good.
Today is the first day in like 3.5 weeks. I think I don't know how much my shots affect my metabolism and my like all of my different systems in my body, but I think I just had a regular cold that I couldn't get rid of. So I'm struggling to need.
Oh, you read that
Yeah,
one.
I read that one. That was the one that just sent you on a tangent. You offer a lot of free content. I've learned so much since finding you guys. I hope one day I can join HA. If not, I hope you stick around. I like having people around to talk to.
90%. I bounce between the numbers 90 and 99.
Whatever.
90%.
100% of statistics are right 100% of the time.
Start creating free stuff. That's all I do all day, every day is create free stuff. Like, think about that being my life. Think about if your Etsy businesses were like that, where every morning you woke up at 5:30 a.m. and created free stuff for everybody. And then people complain.
Are we back? Did our stream come back? Because we died.
Oh no, they didn't hear
seconds
my
ago.
free stuff rant. Are we here?
Okay, you're back. No. That's
Okay.
just AT&T being AT&T and killing our internet for a few seconds like they like to do.
Did you hear my rant though? If you guys
Probably not. It was out for like, I think, a minute.
if you guys, what I said was that every day, 5:30 in the morning, I wake up and create free stuff every single day, other than when we are working on the Handmade Alpha Academy, and we only advertise that twice a year. Every single day of my life, all I am doing is creating free stuff. Imagine if you had to do that every day, 5:30.
They heard the rant. It was only out for like 5 seconds.
I'm just
So you can just shut up. Now.
I can just shut up.
You can just shut up now. I don't. You're gonna make me space out until I'm gone forever. Do you have a video or a module about having multiple shops? We kind of just talked about it, but no, we don't. We don't really encourage it.
Well, no, I do encourage it once you've gotten a system, but HAA, there's no module about having more shops. HAA is the system. That is the system. Everything that you learn in HAA, all of that, think about that, and you're just repeating it. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, in the beginning of HAA, how I talk about there's 24 hours in a day. No matter what, if you've got one shop, two shops, three shops, you don't get any more hours. You only get 24 of them. So you've got to get really fast with doing one of those shops and everything that we teach in HAA and be able to repeat that if you want to run a second one just as effectively, if that makes sense.
We kind of already talked about it. People answered it, but anything pen and paper you would use for project management, a planner is about the best thing that you can do. Or get yourself multiple planners. You could even get yourself a planner and a journal that has a tab in it, the journal for like actual full like lists instead of things that are broken apart day by day. There's a lot of things you could do. You could also go polar opposite, like true chaotic evil, and just use like a color-coded Excel sheet.
I also have, I quit using them. I'm thinking about doing it again, but I have on our wall over there sticky notes, red, or pink, yellow, and blue. I have high-level tasks, quick wins, and urgent. High-level tasks are like, if I needed to like update HAA or something, I would put that on there. Quick wins are things that I can do really quickly. So every time I have a quick idea that I want to do, like, oh, I want to make an automation series for my email list. That's a quick win. That's something I could do quickly. So I could take a sticky note, a blue sticky note, put it under there. And then if I've got a day where I need something to do, I look at my wall and I'm like, do I want a quick win? Do I want to start a high level task? Do I want there's urgent tasks. Better get those done first. I just grab that sticky note off the wall and, take it over to my desk, stick it on my desk. And that's the thing that I do that day. I just already kind of have I already have a plan for every day of the week.
Welcome to the 15 people that joined the Discord just in this stream. That's pretty tight. Maybe I'll hop in there later and post inappropriate pictures.
Of what?
My feet.
Oh. What makes that inappropriate?
That's what my feet are doing.
Oh.
I have no paying for it, but I'm like, but if I have Adobe subscriptions, Canva, eRank, eLista, yeah. Not sponsored, 100% going to recommend something to you guys right now, which is also another subscription. However, it's a good one. It's called Rocket Money. I absolutely love it. They sponsor a bunch of YouTubers. If you watch a lot of YouTube, you probably heard it. It's basically a subscription service that you'll go log into your bank and PayPal and everything you pay for stuff with, and it will find all of your upcoming subscriptions, everything. It takes a couple of days to really nail down everything, but it will show you all of your subscriptions. It even has a calendar you can look at that'll show you the exact dates that you have lost money and had money come in. So bills, or maybe you made some Etsy sales and you've deposited from Etsy. Like for us, when we have our upcoming HAA payments being tied to her PayPal, I know exactly on what day, how much money each individual payment is going to be coming in and when they're going to be transferred and all that kind of stuff. But it's a great way for you to figure out what you can get rid of and what you can't get rid of. You might have
HBO Max.
You're right. You might have subscriptions that you signed up for that charge $3 a month. You totally didn't know. I actually just had that one with Patreon. I totally forgot that I was subscribed to a Patreon, and it's because it wasn't set up like a normal Patreon. It was, I don't know how they did it, but it was Cold Ones. It was set up in a way where it was charging me every month, but it was more set up like it was a tip. So it wasn't a subscription. They just took $6 every month, and I could not figure out how to end it. So I went through, Rocket Money couldn't do it for me, but it notified me that I was having this it put it as a recurring purchase, because even though it wasn't a subscription, it saw that money being taken
every
out
time the
same day, every month. It is awesome. And they can help you negotiate some of your bills down, some of your subscriptions, TV subscriptions, cable subscriptions, sometimes even your power, water, and heat and stuff. And they'll give you a little thing under your notifications. You can click on it. It'll tell you negotiate this bill, cancel this bill. Sometimes they can cancel stuff for you. You don't even, if you can't remember your login, you can just hit cancel this for me and they'll cancel it for you. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I love it. It's $10 a month. You can sign up for it and immediately cancel it. It's also a great way to, if maybe your bank doesn't have great fraud prevention, if there's a large purchase, which literally just happened to me. I had $2,000. Somebody stole my credit card information, likely from me being at a music festival and using all of their little tap. I don't tap, but the scanners, one of them probably got hacked, and I had two $1,100 purchases. They sent me a thing that said large transaction detected. It was an email and a text message, or maybe not a text message, but it was an email that they sent me to know that. Awesome. Again, it's Rocket Money. We're not sponsored by it. I don't make any money for that. You could probably find some coupon codes off for $1.
Other Amazon or other Etsy YouTubers, other YouTubers have little affiliate things. So if you just, if you search it, I'm sure that you could find a coupon. But have you saved the $10 a month that you pay for it? Do you think that you've saved that much in? Absolutely.
Just the Patreon alone, I've had running for almost a year at $6 a month.
And had no idea.
So over $60, and I've paid for it for a month. So it's already paid itself off. If I would have let that go for another year, it's paid itself off. Yeah. I've negotiated all my bills. I had subscriptions to, there was one of the anime streaming services, but I canceled that because we don't freaking use it.
Crunchyroll?
No, not Crunchyroll. The other one that we use. But yeah, that had been running for a while. But yeah, check that stuff out. It's great for you. I'm glad you guys remember that. ADHD tax sucks. Yeah, that's the ADHD tax, 100%. I put the video title in my real cards.
Awesome. Yeah.
Good way to do that. Since Trello is owned by the same parent company, Jira does it work similarly to it?
I don't know anything about
Jira, from what I understand, is a huge pain in the butt. And Trello is pretty easy to use, and it's free, so I'd go that way.
I know there's similar, like Monday.
There's a bunch of them. If you don't particularly want to use Trello, that's fine. We just can't provide support for you.
Monday was cool. I used Monday for like a minute. I ended up liking Trello. I felt Trello was a lot easier to use.
I'm out of the loop. What's the email concern that they're talking about? Etsy didn't change anything. It's actually like
Google, Yahoo, and Microsoft.
It's the internet as a whole is kind of changing for verification, for spam prevention, which I'll know whether that works or not because my email address that I've been using for high school gets like 600 emails a day. Most of them go to spam. So I'll know whether what they're doing actually makes a change at all. Because you're older and wiser now. Older and fatter.
Oh, I thought you meant me. I was like, yeah. I can't believe you said it out loud.
Both of us. It's fine.
You only.
It's winter. I don't have to wear any clothes that show it.
I'm just wearing them sweatpants,
Allowing members to have free updates like Manna from Heaven. So tired of charging full kidney for their course and then making us pay for their updates.
Oh my God.
I've never done that. I would never do that. And I would probably fight with my credit card company.
Yeah.
Unless, read terms and conditions. Don't be that guy that clicks the checkbox and doesn't read it.
That's true.
If you read through ours, it's actually pretty funny. I've got one in there about being like nuclear trade deals and stuff. Our terms of service is locked down pretty hard.
We got to make sure that no terrorists get into HAA.
You're liable.
That's true. We want to make sure that it's safe. And
you're a YouTuber, so you're rich, and therefore you should give out your knowledge for free. Would you want to see our payment dashboard and see how we made like 20-something grand on YouTube? We're so rich.
Right. No.
And by the way, 25% of that goes straight to Uncle Sam because we pay taxes.
Right.
So.
But I did have a YouTube comment once who said, they're like, you don't have any reason to complain when you're making millions on YouTube. I'm like, if I'm making millions, why is my house only
Good Lord,
1,200
right?
square feet?
Yeah, we don't have any kind of perspective other than if you look up her hometown, it's like in the top 10 for crime in the state. Yeah, we don't have any kind of perspective on not having money at all. We didn't live off of ramen noodles, bread, and cheap ham for a year.
More than that.
We've been through some stuff.
we slept on an air mattress all through my pregnancy until it popped.
Because somebody stole all of our stuff out of our Greyhound and we had to replace all of our clothing and barely had the money to do that.
When the air mattress popped, we started we had a futon and we would pull the pad off the futon. So my whole pregnancy was sleeping on the floor. Yeah.
We know the struggle. Try me again. And not only did we have to sleep on basically the floor, we were in the hottest part of Texas where it was like 125 degrees in direct sunlight.
Yep.
Miss me with that. You're going to get me talking all ghetto. My dad's... A lot of people interested in what espresso you're using. So we've actually experimented. This is super off topic, but I don't really care. I'm tired. We've tried 5 different espressos now and one coffee that we like. We like the top of the morning coffee from Jacksepticeye. If you guys watch YouTubers, it's probably the best whole bean coffee that you can get. By the way, always use whole bean. Not to sound like this kind of snob, use whole bean coffee. I have never found an already ground coffee that actually tastes good. I've had some that are like, I'll drink this. I'm not just going to throw it outside, but most of them suck. But as of what we found now, to get off the topic right now, honestly, the most consistent has been Illy. Off the counter, like a little more expensive. You can get it at almost every grocery store. It comes in a silver can.
Yeah.
It's fire. I have not, no matter how much I use, how much I pack, single shot, double shot, triple shot, consistent, good to drink, tastes good in every kind of drink. Love it. I love Mark's smoking alien.
Crystal...
Using Trello to organize all my Etsy listings, save photos, description. Is this a good idea or bad idea? That's exactly what we kind of just taught.
No, there's no bad to it.
Nope.
What would be bad? What bad could happen if you did that? It's just an organization tool. That's like saying, would it be a bad idea to plan my product launches using a cork board with thumbtacks? No, what bad could happen? The cork board could fall off the wall, but that's about it. There's no bad that could come with it. That's a great idea. If that's how you like to organize, go for it. It's no different than you planning out your products on paper. It's just another way to hold those things for you. I think it's a great idea.
Said fun fact, no people in the Ireland ever say top of the morning to you. No, that's his thing.
Yeah, Jacksepticeye.
Yeah, he made something that he knew would sound ridiculously Irish And it does sound
when
ridiculous
he yells it.
to someone not from Ireland. That sounds like the most Irish thing you've ever heard, other than like not having a very thick accent. Because I've heard some thick Irish accents, and y'all can talk about just as bad as the swamp people.
Y'all can talk just about.
You can, and you know you can. You acknowledge it. You have a name for it. Marketing and building brand awareness has been challenging for us. I couldn't imagine trying to do 2 shops at the same time at that same level of progress. Dude, I feel you. Oh yeah, they were just talking about what it was. Mark has the most interesting shirts. All you gotta do is shop around from stores made for teenagers.
That's what he does. He likes some teenager stores.
And they're fun.
I love it.
I love it. I feel like way disorganized. I don't plan, question mark. If I'm gonna have something I'm looking to buy, then I create it, I guess. No, I like that too.
Hey, if you need help with planning though, down below this video, expand out the video description. We just released our 2024 marketing calendars for Etsy. They're free. They'll tell you, you print them out, and they tell you when you should start thinking about making collections. And this year it's really important because there's 2 major events this year that are going to shift the way that customers perceive time and when they buy. The first one is Easter will be in March this year. So we have to think that in April normally is when Easter is. That's when we're in spring mode. And then May, we start thinking about summer, right? Because Easter's done. Now we think about summer. Easter's in March this year, which means that we're going to be thinking about summer right after Easter. Summer, for a lot of people in their heads, is going to start in April. The other thing is that there is a U.S. election coming up. Please do not put anything political in the chat.
Nope.
This is just talking about, how the world works. During U.S. elections, the entire world sees a decrease in e-com traffic. The reason is that a lot of people are nervous and they're holding on to their money. With that in mind, elections are taking place November 5th. That is going to affect holiday traffic and sales. And I recommend marketing and creating holiday products super duper early and marketing the heck out of them. So those marketing calendars fill you in on all of that, though. I highly recommend getting them. They're down below. You can print them, write all over them. And you get a lot of tips from me every month.
Sorry, you wanted my personal Discord. I'm not going to post that here. I will actually post that in the main Discord for you in the miscellaneous chat room. There you go. It's called Mark's Meat Locker.
Just check the misc chat.
Sorry about that.
What we got?
Politics, schmolitics. Yeah, they all suck.
Everything sucks.
Everything
We're cool.
sucks. That's not true. I try not to be pessimistic like that.
Everything political sucks.
Everything political does suck, and everyone who is a politician also sucks.
It all kind of sucks right now, but let's all just be super happy.
Exactly. Let's focus on our little Etsy family here.
Exactly.
Make money and be successful and
Be
happy.
feral.
And don't make it all about the money. Make it about enjoying the process. Otherwise, you'll probably never be successful.
And be feral.
Because success isn't about money. Success is a mindset.
That's very true.
To a homeless guy, a $30,000 a year job is probably an absolute dream come true.
Exactly.
Okay, so we were below this. Sorry, I lost my tag when I did the Discord thing.
You're back.
Huh?
Oh, just
Back.
we're way up there.
We're way up there. Thank you for the love. Is the cup made of stone? No, I believe they're just ceramic.
They're like stoneware type.
Yeah, like when you get a stone
Stoneware.
pan. Yeah. The Etsy alignment chart. I'm chaotic evil for using a spreadsheet. Yeah, if you're using a color-coded Excel sheet for your schedule, you are chaotic evil. Your feet picture something you shouldn't give away for free. Cash in on those. I legitimately almost made an OnlyFans as a joke, just to see if people would sign up for it, so I could figure out which one of you are perverts who want to see my feet.
We considered it. We were going to do a whole marketing campaign.
We were gonna call it Pete's. We were gonna do an Etsy shop
Pete's
linked with it, with an OnlyFans that got the more secret stuff.
We wanted to prove that even the weirdest, most obscure thing could sell if you market it correctly.
To me, it felt a little like because it would have entirely been as a joke, but it felt a little like kink shaming to me, and I'm not a fan of doing that. So.
Yeah, like if you like feet, we don't care.
No, I don't care. Rub them little stinky toes. It's a weird stream. Yeah.
They don't have a free. They do.
Jira is a colossal pain. That's what I've heard. Mailing list that I'm on have been recently asking to reply with some kind of comment.
Oh yeah, we do that.
Yeah, this is also a good platform to say that. If you're on our email lists, she has an email that she sent out. If you guys don't, starting in February, if you don't respond to an email or not respond, but if you don't open an email at least once every 30 days, we have to take you off our email list because it makes you look more like spam, and I hate doing that.
It makes us look more like spam.
Yeah, it makes us look more like spam. So
yeah, so we're just gonna start. I know that kind of sucks, but if you could just pop our emails open, you can even reply and say thanks when you get something. Can you believe I sent out those marketing calendars to 22,000 people on January 1st?
It was a lot more than that last year, too.
I had about 30 people message me back to say thank you out of 22,000 people. I contributed it to it being New Year's, but with that in mind, I do look at those responses. Even if I don't reply, I can't always reply. There's too many of you. 22,000 is a lot, but give a girl some love when she emails you and spends a bunch of time on an email. I do look at that stuff. I just can't always reply to all of you.
Miranda said Rocket Money thinks my Etsy deposit are a refund, so my weekly spending is all jacked up. You can recategorize them. Go in and change the category that they're in, and it'll fix it. Because they do the same with our HAA subscription payments through PayPal. They think they're refunds. I highly recommend the Laurel Denise project planner. It's like a paper Kanban board, 4 columns, perfect for creating posts and moving tasks. Okay, cool.
Cool.
Yeah, Truebill's another similar one. Yeah, and I already sent that to them.
We're trying to get caught up here.
I'm just making sure because we're past the time. I just want to make sure there's nothing like actually urgent. Yeah. When you just wait till you get so far on down into your coffee rabbit hole that you start roasting your own beans. I ain't got space to roast my own beans. This house is so small. We're probably going to move in the next year.
How big is our house?
Our house without the garage, it's like 1,400 square feet.
Yeah.
Which sounds like totally normal for a lot of people, but
not when you have a studio.
Yeah. This is like the recording studio, which is also my music production area. The area that I mix everything that we do audio-wise and edit. I have another whole room back here that's like the same size as the area that we're in that's full of music gear that I can't even use because I don't have room to keep it out.
Every Friday, he has to move his whole studio. It's all over here.
Because I also DJ, and all of my DJ equipment and speakers and everything are where we hang out. Which is right. It's just not enough. It's not big enough. We have to move.
After the Friday bean, he picks it all up one by one, every single giant item, and moves it back over here.
Yeah, my DJ rig is like 75 pounds. It's pretty rough.
He has to move it back and forth.
And I have a bad back. We're going to get a bigger house where we don't have to do that crap anymore. I'm from Hawaii. We don't eat pineapple on pizza. No one should eat pineapple on pizza. It should be a felony.
Michelle got mad at us. She said that she likes pineapple on pizza.
It should be a felony. I think it should be a felony.
I think that we
first degree.
Somebody said that they just signed up for Rocket Money and it already paid for itself. That's awesome. That's good to hear.
So dope.
We should be affiliates.
You guys own your home. As of the end of this month, we will own our home. Yes.
This was his grandma's home. I have pictures of him as a BB in this house.
We kind of got locked into buying this house. We're past the time, so we can't answer more questions anyway. We kind of got locked into buying the house because we got back here when I was in the military and we were making actually zero money and just kind of partying all the time.
When you got out of the military.
Right when I got out of the military. And my grandma was like, yeah, I don't really want that. So she's like, you guys can have this house. You just buy it for this much money. And I
was making a lot with my Etsy shop, and then he immediately got a job in tech support. So we had enough to pay for it, but it was like we needed a house. And she's like, I just happen to have a house that you guys can buy. So we were like, well, this isn't really the house we want, but it's a house. So then we got locked into buying it. And now that we can absolutely afford something bigger, it's like we have to pay this house off first. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, we give our family so much money to survive that we would have been in a house like 3 years ago if not for all the money that we give to our family. But we got to take care of our people. We got to take care of people that we love. We know that our family, we came from very, very poor, like barely making it. My dad
hasn't worked since I was 15.
Neither has your mom?
Neither of them. They both kind of live off of the system. Not entirely.
They're disabled.
They are disabled. Yeah.
Yeah. But and my mom, she bought, when she was with my stepdad, they bought a big, beautiful historical home together, but then very soon after got divorced. And my mom was left on a nurse's income paying for that house by herself. So it's like she was paying for the house, but she wasn't able to afford groceries.
Yeah.
So, and then the area, because these big historical homes were getting turned into, basically like your definition of the projects, like they were getting turned into big giant multifamily apartments, and we started having a lot of crime ease in because the area it was so bad. It's like one of the worst in the entire country. It just became so dangerous and run down that I personally ended up leaving, and Mark and I moved into a spare house that my grandma had. It was completely unfinished, the raw floors, like drywall, no good,
no functioning heat and barely functioning electricity from like 50 years prior.
Black mold. And we ended up, right before he joined the military, we moved back in with his parents. Their house is like the size of a double wide trailer. We moved in with them while he was about to get into basic training. I stayed there while he was in basic training, and then we moved to Texas. Greyhound lost all of our stuff in transit.
Including our wedding video, every Xbox game that I owned,
Right.
all of her clothing that she owned, and most of my civilian clothing.
So we had to, like, on his you were like
E2.
E2
or
pay.
E3 coming out of basic.
Yeah, so he, on this like barely livable wage, we had to start over we have pictures of when we first moved into that house, and the only thing in it was an air mattress. I would go and sit in the living room just on the floor. The only thing in that room was my sketchbook and some colored pencils, and I would sit on that floor and just draw. And we lived like that for 6 months.
Yep.
We started buying like little things here and there. We got like a cheap TV. We got some like crappy like Walmart build-it-yourself furniture.
A little like E-machines, like $150 computer that we could afford.
That was after a while.
That I bought on my first credit card because we actually couldn't afford a computer.
Yeah.
But I had a bunch of like military paperwork and stuff that I frequently had to walk in 120-degree heat to get to the. So I was like, I'm just going to buy my own computer on credit. So that way I don't have to walk out in this crap anymore.
Yeah.
So hot that if you bought the custom comfortable boots, mine lasted 2 months because the soles literally melted off of the bottom.
When you were marching.
When we were marching. When we would stand still for just a couple of seconds on the black pavement, it was so hot that your boots would melt and leave. They were all over the base. You could see them. They were melted. So most people just stuck with the stock basic training boots. But
how did we get on this topic?
we're just BSing. It's called an ADHD rabbit hole.
I can't remember.
What would it look like if you just left the DJ equipment there? A giant mess, because I don't have like a professional throne. I have a temporary thing and a giant like rack box and
big DJ deck.
yeah, big DJ decks and all that kind of stuff. It's cool, but it would look really stupid back here. Actually, I don't know. Maybe it would look cool.
Now you have a real nice rental property. That's what
Yeah, because you would really only see like this much of it. I don't know. Not the kind of thing that we leave here. Now you have a nice rental property. It's going to be used as collateral because, full disclosure, I'm not going to go into prices or anything with houses that we're buying, but we're going to buy something big enough that it can also be used as a business property, as an alternative to also renting a business property on top of owning a house. So we're going to buy something probably a little outside of our budget. That way we can have
it's
a
our
place.
forever home. No.
Yeah, it's going to be our forever home, and somewhere where we can walk away from that part of the house and forget that it exists, instead of driving to an office that we have to pay an exorbitant amount of money in electricity and insurance fees and
I mean,
whatever else, and the inevitable robbing that'll happen at some point and all that. I would rather just have a ridiculously big house that we can also, by the way, write off rooms in the house for, because you can write off some of the square footage that you put towards your business. Talk to your tax people.
accountants.
Yeah, talk to your tax people.
Yeah, my desk, like where I work, is literally like 3 feet from where we sit to chill. Our walls are so thin upstairs, and our daughter's room is just so close to the living room that we don't want to keep her up at night when she goes to bed. So we hang out in the basement in this room, just over here. And I mean, I see my desk, I see where I work. Can you imagine like your day job having to look at it while you're home trying to relax? It's like you see,
mean like the desk we're sitting at now that I also play video games at?
right, where you're like,
All of the recording stuff is left on my desk to make me feel cluttered. You guys get it. You fully understand.
yeah. So
Somebody said just bust into a set after the bean. Ironically enough, if you head over to my Discord, because I linked our Discord earlier, if you head over to our Discord, I posted a link to my personal one where I will be starting to, because of copyright reasons, I can't stream on YouTube, but I'll be starting to stream DJ sets here in the next coming months in my Discord. If you're into EDM, go check it out. But that's all we have time for today. We love you guys. Make sure you join Tuesday for her next video, next Thursday for the E-Rank live stream, which she may or may not be there for just because
I
it's a busy time of year, but she should be next year or next week.
Tuesday, I published a great video about Steamboat Willie. Everybody's been asking about the Mickey Mouse, Steamboat Willie public domain thing, and then there's horror adaptations coming out for it, and people are asking me if, can we now make products? Can we make Mickey Mouse products? Can we make Steamboat Willie products? I've got a video that outlines all of that. It's a quick video. You can watch it in just a few minutes. Go check that out from Tuesday. This upcoming Tuesday, and what I'm going to record right when we're done here, is a video that covers my favorite free tools for Etsy business owners. Trello is one of them, so consider checking that out. I'll be editing that on Monday. HAA students, I promise we're going to work on this DMARC stuff as soon as we can, and I will get it to you when I fully understand it. I don't feel confident yet teaching it to you, so give me a few days. But yeah. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Let's listen to a little tune that Mark wrote for us.
Yay.
Yeah, I like it.
We'll see you later, guys.
Play your song.
I'm playing it.
Play your song. Play your song. Play your song. Oh no, we're disappearing.